Okay, this is the P2 paper from June 2024. It's question number 7, and this is a coordinate geometry question. In particular, we're going to be looking at the equation of circles and doing some work involving that. I'll show you when we get to part B. Part A, though, is fairly straightforward. It says, given that this is the equation of a circle, can we rewrite it so that we know what the coordinates of the centre and the radius are? Well, you should all know how to do that, but let's show you. So A, if we've got that the circle is written down as x squared plus y squared plus 8x minus 10y equals 29, I'm going to rewrite that. I'm going to write it as x squared plus 8x y squared minus the 10y equals 29, because then what I'm going to do is to complete the square on this part and complete the square on this part. Not going to take any time over that. That's on lots of other videos on this site. Go and look at that if you're not sure how to do it. Completing the square on the first one is going to be x plus 4 all squared minus 4 squared, and on the second one is y minus 5 all squared minus 5 squared equals 29, and that tidies up to x plus 4 squared y minus 5 squared, and then all equals to 70. So we remember that the format for the equation of a circle is x minus a squared y minus b squared equals r squared there, where a, b will be the centre and r will be the radius. So if we put that in to what we've got here, we can see that part 1, the centre, just be careful, is minus 4, 5 here, and part 2, the radius is going to be equal to root 70. Does it say anything about decimal places? No, just, in fact, it says exact value of the radius. So yeah, those two are correct. Then part B, it says show detailed reasoning, but it starts off with the idea that we've got circle C2, which has equation x minus 5 all squared plus y plus 8 all squared equals 52. So before we look at it, let's just at least say that if I've got that circle, x minus 5 all squared and y plus 8 all squared equals 52, then for this one, we've got the centre is 5 minus 8, and the radius is going to be root 52. I won't tidy any of those things up yet. I know that they can do, but just leave those as they are at the moment. So if I've got those two, what are they asking me to do? They're saying prove that these two circles don't touch or intersect. So they don't just about cut through each other and they don't just about touch each other. So what I've done is to just say, well, okay, let's actually draw these out. Now, I haven't drawn it completely to scale, but I've got it in sort of roughly the right idea that if this is circle C1 here, it had minus 4, 5 as its centre and root 70 as its radius, and the other one was 5 minus 8 and root 52. You do not need to draw this out. I'm only drawing this out to explain it to you guys. Don't waste your time drawing this out. This is just an explanation of what I'm about to do. Well, they want it to be this situation here we've got a gap in between these two yet. So if we've got that, if you think then, I've got a length of root 70 there and a length of root 52 there. Well, if I work out the length of I'm going to call it C1, C2, but those are the two circles. The length between those 2 points there, that pink length, if I work that out and it works out to be bigger than root 70 plus root 52, then there has to be a gap in there, which means that they're going to miss each other. Now, I don't feel the need to explain this to the examiner. I've explained it to you guys. All I now need to do is to work out, let's get rid of some of these highlights, but is to work out the distance C1, C2. And if I can work out the distance C1, C2, I'm sort of calling them the centre of those two circles there, then just see that that's less than 70 plus root 52. So let's do that then. So part B, I'm just going to make it clear to the examiner what I'm doing here. The distance between the two centres, C1, C2, And then how do I work that out? Well, that's just distance between 2 points, isn't it? C1, C2 is going to be equal to the square root of, I'm using this formula, x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. The length of a line if you know the 2 points, if you know the 2 coordinates. So in this case, that's going to be the square root of 5 minus minus 4 squared and minus 8 minus 5 squared, which gives me square root of 250, which works out to be 15.81. Since R1 plus R2, which equals root 70 plus root 52, which only equals 15.58. What that shows then is that there is a gap between them. So it's just how I say that. I'm going to say the distance between the centres is greater than R1 plus R2. Therefore, there is a gap. Therefore, they do not meet. I can leave that as an explanation for my one, but as I say, I wouldn't spend too long doing that. It's 3 marks this week, so there's only 3 marks for that part, so you're not going to get a lot for the description. Just the method will work. Okay, hopefully that one all makes sense to you, everybody.